Alright, welcome to the Vortex, the Time Vortex. This is Strato Time, or Strato here for another episode of Roll20.net, The Last Tower Let's Play. Are we live there, Jack?
Yes, we are live.
Again, sorry guys, we're a bit late. A couple of us had a few things to do, and it kind of delayed us a little bit, so sorry about the lateness with the stream. But, let's go ahead and continue on from there. Go ahead and take it away, Mr. Darna.
Last we left our heroes, they were found plot to assassinate the Queen during a charity event in Transylvania. And I believe you guys are still in Fort Sister? Or did you guys make it back to Transylvania?
They made it back because of me. Forgot that? I cannot move over there yet.
I wish I was still back in Fort Sister, doing the whole, spending some time with the funeral for Albus.
Yep.
But, alas, I was sent away quickly, rather than having the time.
Alright, so you guys are in Transylvania. So, last I remember, I think, Aaron, you just got through talking with the Lich.
Yep, the Lich and the Rogue Lady. I talked to her to see if she could get a meeting with me and the other rogue guilds there. And that's about where we left off.
You mean the Secret Council?
Yeah. Hello?
Okay. Give me a second. Alright, so we'll say it's about the next morning. We'll start with you, Aaron. What are you going to do?
I think I'll talk to Razmai to see if he's available to talk to, I guess. I assume we're all in the same end, but...
It should be, as long as he's been drinking.
Right. I kind of pull you to the side. Razma, I need to talk to you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I want to know what kind of ship you're looking to, crew your ship with. Are you looking more for actual seasoned sailors, scallywags, cutthroats, buccaneers? What's your motif?
I just smile and say, I have not decided yet, to be honest. I still can't get over the fact that I have my own ship.
Well, a ship needs a good crew, and if you wanted to come with a meeting, there's going to be a meeting down by the Goblin area, and I'd like you to come with me as a second guard, and maybe we'll find the people you want to look for there.
That sounds like it'd be a good idea.
Not to mention, there's shit to go down. Ziaden is just probably not going to do very well, and I don't know about the undead one. So you're the only one of the party I truly have to trust.
I feel slightly touched by that.
Well, we underhanded fellows have to stick together, Trust in a way of, I know you're not straight edge, and there's certain things about you that are different than, Paladin Boy.
Understood.
And then I guess with that, we make it over to the Goblin area.
Alright, before you leave that morning, though, Leland, did you want to talk to Aaron about your undeadness or no? I think have noted that you wanted to talk to him about it.
I can't remember actually. So
All right. Well, you have a chance to talk to either Ravni or Zed in the morning before everybody
they
goes off
already
the
know about it.
Okay.
I believe you were more upset about finding out the fact that you were brought back to life by a lich.
Yeah, that is what I'm also most annoyed by. Well, Lini is also that she's on there now.
Yeah, actually, I will approach Lenny before I head out, Leo. Thanks for reminding me. So, you see Lena approach you, Lenny.
I just hand up and just like talks to him without saying anything and walks away. She doesn't want anything to do with you right now.
One last chance, Lenny, to turn you back to normal is all I offer.
And what is it now? This, I hope not it is the same as that goddamn lich.
It's the only thing I could think of that would turn you back to normal, and you already know what the offer is. If I find another offer, though, I'm just giving you one last opportunity before this opportunity passes.
I am not gonna take it. Get it.
Very well. I leave. I figure one more chance is viable in her condition.
All right, Zahina, what are you doing?
So what is the plan, dear sister?
Me and Razmire were going to head out to discuss that, actually. I would bring you along, but I feel like this kind of meeting is not your forte.
Is it of... What do you mean exactly?
Well, there'll be plenty of evil people around.
If I go with you, I will promise not to do anything, but I will give you advice at most. Would that be acceptable? I need to learn about my god's choice of supporting the evil people as well. So I must understand better.
If you're coming, then Lenny should probably come, just so you can watch over her, because she's a ghoul. Let's bring that to you.
I already know this.
Oh, well. She might lose control at any minute. Just be careful.
I'm pretty sure she'll try to stab you first.
Zahina, do you inform Elena what happened in the forest about you killing 3 ghouls?
Is it prevalent?
No, not really.
Then no.
What about you, Razmi? Do you inform Elena that Leni had 3 ghouls with her when you went and enter in the forest?
Probably not.
Okay.
Oh, we make our way to the goblin area thingy.
Alright, so you arrive in Goblin Streets. You do hear some goblins singing Drunken Reveille. They're singing, Radney, you recognize the song that they're singing amongst each other as a song that Dulene sang for the concert in Transylvania. But they're doing very bad rendition of it, but they seem to be happy, in a happy, joyful mood about it, singing it.
You're cutting in and out, Leo. Is that just me, or does everyone else hear that?
I think that was just you. It was fine for me.
Yeah, just you, because it was fine for me.
Same here.
I'm sorry, look, you want me to repeat it?
No, keep going. If it's just me.
Alright, so yeah, the goblins are singing songs about dueling. Does that make Is that better, Aaron?
Yeah.
I smile to myself as we walk along.
Yeah, it'd be like a bunch of people like singing Queen songs or something like that. They're just singing songs that she's sung during her concert, but it's not like. But it's a horrible rendition of it. They're really. Some of them sing well, but some of them are off key. But they all seem like they don't care whether or not certain people are off key. They're just like all belting out. And you arrive at the meeting location there. You are greeted by your drow friend from the Underground Society.
I go over to the innkeeper. Good day, innkeeper. Is it a woman?
Yeah, a female goblin.
I ask, quote unquote, this is our underhand talk. I ask for a large room and garlic bread. Oh, I'm sorry, large rum and garlic bread. Sorry, Leo.
Yes, she nods. And she is like, yeah, 1 second, I'll have to go to the stove to get the bread. She gestures you guys to follow her.
Okay.
Follow, of course.
I follow, yet slightly confused at the weird speaking.
Alright. She, next to the stove is a switch. She flips the switch and it reveals a secret passage that goes downstairs. She's like, hurry now, before anyone else sees.
I hurry in.
Okay. Alright, you come down to a very nice, meeting room. Several barracks are established here as well. Some drow orcs are here. Mingling around, as well as the person that you came to meet, Elena.
I make sure I tell the lady who let us through to make sure my other friend gets in. The Lech. In case you... Ishtar, you know.
Or did we pick him up along the way?
Oh no, he's coming on his way. He knows where to come.
She's like, okay. You know what he looks like?
Yeah, I tell her what he looks like in his disguise.
I was like, I'll keep an eye out for him.
Okay. I order for some food.
One of the drow females comes over to you, the Hedon, and what color is your hair? Blonde?
White.
White? She looks over to you and is like, oh my, I love your hair. Didn't know humans' hair grew white.
Things can happen. Perspectives change.
I see. Oh.
I make sure the table is set, so I'm sitting at the head of the table, and I ask the other drow how many people she expects to show.
We got about 10 more people going to show up.
Okay, I do the hostess thing, and make sure the best wines are available and things for my party, or my gathering, I should say. Not necessarily party, but you know.
I stand more kind of behind the table, off to the side, so I can observe.
Okay.
I'm trying to find something to eat. Seeing everybody eating and drinking, I am now hungry and thirsty.
Meanwhile, Lini is just petting Mike, her hawk, or eagle. Is it dog? I can't remember now.
I wave at you, Razmi, and I pull out some jerky.
Ooh. I will go and eat said jerky out of pure enjoyment.
You're like, I don't know. I'm like, I've got some jerky. I don't think I'm going to be sitting at this table, so I'm not going to take anything, but I brought food.
Now, do not get me wrong. I do have rations. I just don't know if I should eat the food or drink here.
You could take the seat over here. I give you my right-hand chair. Ziadin, you probably best on behind me to my right. So, in case
I'm either to your right or to your left behind you. That's kind of where I'm standing at this point.
Okay, good. Linny, I don't know. The other side, I guess? I mean...
Stand in a dark corner and don't do anything sudden.
Exactly.
Hey, I have disguise on. I look like a human. Well, no, again.
Alright, so Liddy, Aaron, when you move Liddy to the dark corner, you notice that there's a woman like curled up in the corner, like in the room, and she's like dressed in black pajamas, and she kind of looks like she's got wine like around her, and she's just laying there sulking.
I just kind of just scratch my head and invite her to the table. I speak to her in Undercommon. She's a drow, right?
No, she looks human, but she's wearing black pajamas, which refers to her as a dragon, probably black.
Okay, well, I do the same. I talk to her Draconic, then invite her to the table.
What's the reason? She cries a little bit and is like,
Free food? I don't know. I mean, are you hungry?
she gets up and stretches a little bit and lumbers over to the chair and sits down and starts to eat her food in a sobbing manner and starts hammering back the wine.
She would be a worse distraction in the corner, but I'll just let her be.
Why are you so sad?
You see Eden, the drow, before you said that, tried to signal you to not say anything about it, and then but she rolls her eyes once you say it. She then the guy's oh, if you would have lost your love and the one that you've been with for all your life and the child that was born to you, you would see things different.
I'm sure I would. I see things differently now than I used to as it is.
Don't we all?
I blame the Rainbow Bridge.
I blame the Rainbow Bridge too.
The drow says, it's going to be alright, Azrael. So, anyone that has knowledge local or knowledge of history make a roll. When she says the name.
Which skills you said?
Knowledge history, knowledge local.
Okay. See, no.
I have knowledge local, but I only have a point in it.
No, I have nothing in any of the skills. I could roll for common knowledge.
Hey, wow, I actually rolled decently.
Razmi, you remember back in your classes and history books, that this from the time you were taught as little kids of like nursery rhymes, Aaron, I guess, didn't pay attention during that class. But oh wow, poor Aaron. Yeah, rolling 13s here. All you needed was a 15, but alright. You remember hearing her from the history tales, but you don't remember what is it about her. You know she's an important figure in history, like Queen Victoria, but you don't remember she was the Queen of England type of thing. You recognize the name, you know she's important, but you don't know why. Razmi, you know why. She is the mount of the King of Romania, Vlad the Third, Prince of Wachovia.
I understand now.
I wait for my guests to arrive, make sure. I guess, Lenny, if you want to play hostess and fill people's drinks when they need them, I mean, since you don't eat.
Fine.
So he just goes and do that then.
She goes, more wine, please.
Oh, oh, you know what I'm gonna do?
What's that?
Lini is so annoyed right now that she is literally gonna fill a cup up with a woman's tears and then use tears to wine.
You mean cast the spell water to wine?
No, it is a spell that is called tears to wine. That's what it's called.
I thought it was water to wine. Oh
No, this one that's tears to wine.
well. Wow. That's literally what it does, just transforms people's tears to wine?
Basically rotten and spoiled drinks, poisonous, things like that.
It's
Water.
the spell turns non-magical liquids, including spoiled, rotten, diseased, poisons, or otherwise contaminated drinks, tears, seawater, and simmer fluids into mead or wine of average quality. So I'm literally taking her own tears and make it into wine for her.
Which hilariously makes her smarter. It does. You gain a +2 enhancement to all intelligent and wisdom-based checks.
When you cast the spell?
No, when you drink the wine. Makes
is
them sharp-witted and clear-minded.
Yeah, so she gets smarter by her own tears. That's what I'm doing.
Alright, so does everyone let this person grab her tears?
Let me see if I notice it.
I'm not even hiding it. I don't care.
See if you're paying enough attention to actually notice.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, you're gonna notice. Most I'm doing is probably just patting her on the back, going, "It's all right."
Lenny, please. Only the best wine for her.
She's nice.
Not that average garbage.
Excuse me? It's not average. Maybe
It is.
still. Okay.
It
What
is
happened?
average.
Spiritual wise, it is not average. Shut up. And she just continues doing so, casting a spell on her tears.
As more people arrive, drows and goblins, and your friend the Lich shows up.
I invite him to my left side, since Razmi's on the right side.
So this is the first time Zahid and Razmi sees the Lich, or sees this man, older gentleman.
They don't even know it's like...
Oh, by the way, I have been detecting evil on occasion, just to see if anyone's not evil.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty
I
cool.
don't
We're in
I
a room
expect
full
to
of
go evil, 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 evil. You're not evil. Basically.
Well,
You're gonna look at me and go, I'm not evil.
Well, I know that, but it's just of the guests that are coming in.
let me see something. No, the old man that comes in does detect evil. Very potent evil. He's probably the most evil person to arrive from everybody else sitting at the table.
Mm-hmm.
But he warmly greets Aaron as Elena. Elena.
Ishtar! Thank you, I'm glad you could make it.
I just Lily points at him angrily. Just what is he doing here?
Not your problem.
He's
That
here for
is very
business.
much- He go out of here now.
I invited him, and you're only a server.
I am no.
Oh no, no, Elena! Don't be so cruel to your friend.
I do not want to hear that coming from you, Lich.
Let him be. This is a meeting of very important people, Lenny. He is important to this meeting.
He just gives him the death stare.
Dishtar drops his guys, and he's like, "Well, since you let the cat out of the bag, no sense in hiding."
Is everyone there, Leo?
Yes, but you can tell that the orcs and the goblins don't really like Ishtar, and when they see him appear, they seem like they go on the other side of wherever he's sitting. But the drow don't give a shit.
First order of business? Ishtar, would you mind making sure no one can scry on this meeting, and that no one casts any other magic?
Of course. And he pulls out a bowl. What's it called? The spear that's glass.
An orb?
No, it's like a scrying on. Give me a second.
A glass ball, crystal ball.
My brain's not working right now. Crystal ball. That's what. Thank you, Jesus fucking Christ.
You're welcome.
He pulls out a crystal ball and goes. He casts a few spells into it, and then also you can see a dome appear around everybody. It's like this dome will prevent anyone from hearing the conversation.
Heary, I call this order to meeting of all the members of the underworlds today to discuss how should we call it, a disturbing matter that has come to my attention. Now, you all know that the Queen is going to have a charitable event here the next coming days.
She's not a queen, she's a murderer.
I
Oh,
thought,
God.
I had hoped that drinking your own tears would make you shut up.
I think all queens are murderers at some point in time.
Everybody are murderers in their lives at some point.
This whole table is full of nothing but murderers.
Well, except for maybe him, and I put it Zahedin.
He's a mirror in his own way.
Anyway, there's 3 guilds. I want to know who they are, where they are, and where they operate. And I need you guys to step up. And if you hear any information about assassination attempts, assassination plots, other members who decided not to show their faces here, they must be eradicated immediately. This organization will be the protectorate of the Queen of the Underworld for her gracious power to allow us to operate within her glorious majesty and give her whatever information she may need. In return, she will offer us protection, the right to do whatever business we seem fit as long as it doesn't contradict what the Crown desires. You seem weak or incompetent to the degree that the Queen or any of other members feel that they need to be removed, then they will be removed. Does anybody have a problem with this? Look around the table.
I have a problem with the Lich, but nobody else.
He's like, wham, wham. Little gnome crying about, I gave you an out.
You guys may kill him now.
The orcs and goblins look at each other like, and the drow like, when the drow raises their eyebrow, why?
He hasn't done anything wrong. He hasn't stepped out of line or broken any laws. At least at this meeting that I've seen.
He have broken a natural law to waste the dead.
I tell you this, there's a lot of that already.
Of course, I apologize. But see, I couldn't live without Mr. Fluffy.
Ishtar, there's no reason for you to apologize here.
Well, I had to raise him back, and he come Fluffykins, and you see the undead cat come from under his robes and curl up next to his shoulder.
I shiver a little bit about this.
I
And I
want
look at him and go, if I die, do not raise me undead, please. That is the only thing I request of you.
If you die, if anybody should resurrect you, I would do it. But you will be something else, maybe.
I
But
can
you
live
will
with
not be
that.
undead, like me.
It's hard to take care of her like this. I couldn't imagine doing it if I'm dead.
You will never become undead.
It'd be worse because it'd
So
come off in
evil
patches.
will
Uh,
Well, saying that everyone is in agreement, the Black Fang, the Dead Sun, and the Burning Blood must be removed from our midst before the charity ball arrives.
Hold on now. One of the goblins say, the Black Fang, the Burning Mist, all these are high-level thieves guild in this area. All we are spies. Putting ourselves, we'd have to find other. If you kill thieves, more will take their place. You have to build some sort of guild or organization to take its place.
I wonder why it brought a whole bunch of underhanded thieves in this room. Could it possibly be that we're forming a thieves guild for the greater good of the Queen, glory of the country, and whatnot? Oh my goodness, you bring some valid points, good sir.
Just shut up, waiting to some points.
Alright, man, listen. I don't mind going against these guys. It's just we're gonna need some financial backing, as well as some manpower.
I throw the
All we
letter.
got-
I throw the letter of the mark. Her letter of the mark on the table.
The drow looks at it and raises an eyebrow. So I'm assuming the Queen doesn't mind if we do a little stealing and robbery ourselves.
Just never
Whatever
super
it
by when I
takes.
did it.
Whatever it takes to undermine these groups, you know that the Queen killed one of her own family members, the leader of the Hesters, to rise to power. Anyone who questions her authority must be dealt with swiftly. There will be no dealings, no handshakes, no compromise. Swift and decisive victory is the only victory the Queen will accept, and therefore is the only victory we must accept of ourselves. After all, once we supplant these so-called rogues with our own infiltrators and thieves, then we will be the ones on top.
What are we going to do about the elves? The other elves, she said.
I don't have enough information on who was the leader, other than the name of... I think we wrote that down a couple times.
You've got a name and I've got a name.
Yep. Name of the elf that
Orabos?
we have...
Is it Orabos?
Us and Azrael are the only two names I have.
Elf
Yes.
name Orabos. That's the one I have.
Yep. And then Azrael, you said? Okay. So yeah,
That's
those
the
are
only other
the...
name we have.
Could be the same person. One was just a mislead. Well, we don't know.
Well, I don't see any problems in us overthrowing the... But if we attack... If drows are seen attacking elves in public or in the underground facilities, it would be maybe cause for war. We would need some other group from Fort Sister to take care of the group that has infiltrated the elf kingdom.
That is not a problem. The Queen has already dispatched me with a fellow spy. I point over to the other guard who was sent to me. And he can also procure more if need be. But I do hope that you put more of your own resources into this, as you will find that the Queen is quite charitable. What you cannot find, feel free to steal, murder, and exploit whatever resources you can to undermine these so-called gangs.
Didn't you say anything?
Hmm?
You say anything to that?
Nope.
Okay. They nod their heads.
I can see some of them just looking at me like, is he going to say anything? He's just standing there.
Sounds like we need to. Well, of course, we'll do our best not to too much murder. I'm assuming most of these groups are only working with these other thieves guild in fear. We haven't been on the best term with Fort Sister, and now we're best friends. I don't think some of these thieves guilds will be easy to persuade to join our ranks. Some, however, will be hard-pressed to trust the Queen. But now that we have writs in special circumstances, have you decided upon what name we should be under that will strike fear into these brigands?
For right now, we are just the Queen's Guild. The Queen's
The Black
Thieves
Light.
Guild. That's a good one. Let's go with that. The Black Light.
Black light. Okay.
I look at you and go, you know, for a good guy, you come up with really dark names.
Well, the god I serve is both positive energy and negative energy, so thus a black light would seem fitting for an evil-doing group.
I guess that's true.
If anyone has any questions, I can help prepare a charter for our guild. Of course, you know, we will have to write it in invisible ink and whatnot. May I suggest a mark of arcana that we can work under? That way there's no visible tattoos and only those who are full-fledged members would have it. It'd be
Well, that's all right and good and all, but you seem a little wet behind the ears to be in charge of this guild. Who's going to be... Who do we look to? You're missing. Someone's need to stay in Transylvania and be the head of this group. Oh, I suppose you want to be the head. Yeah, they start yelling at each other about who's going to be the leader.
Ishtar, would you shut them up?
His eyes turn red and he snaps his finger and like a lightning bolt hits the wall and they stop talking. The only person that isn't frightened is the lady that's in black pajamas sobbing in her wine.
There is a perfect solution to this. I make sure everyone has a full glass of wine.
They do.
Okay. I grab a vial and I discreetly pour poison, or well, it's a liquid in each cup.
Can I make a perception check for that?
Sure.
I'm assuming you're doing sleight of hand there.
Yes.
Go ahead.
That's terrible.
Everybody saw it. What are you doing, Aaron?
Well, I'm. Damn it. Shit. Well, that goes out the window, but I wouldn't know that they saw me. But I'm actually putting just more wine into their wine cups.
I
No, I'm
walk
not
over
using
and
poison.
Lini walks over and slap your hand hard while you still holding the wine in your hand.
Why? What'd you do that for?
I saw what you did. You're not gonna do it.
No. You saw? Oh, there goes my wine.
We all saw.
That was terrible, by the way.
Ah. Fine. I was gonna do a test of loyalty.
Test of loyalty, your majesty. Test of loyalty, my friend. Yeah. The poison wouldn't have worked on me anyways. I see no reason not to...
It was a pretend poison to see who would drink if they thought it was poison or not.
It wouldn't have bothered me any. All of us
I
have...
still want to do something, but I'm not going to.
Go ahead, Razby. You have as much right to talk as anybody.
You are at the table.
Okay, let's see how this goes. I take the cup from your hand and the vial in one swift motion and hand him just the cup as I've poured the poison into it. And say, then drink it.
I wanna try. Can I use my perception check?
Undead are immune to poison, you know that, right?
Whatever.
Hey, he slams it.
What's immune to poison, Leo?
Undead?
The Lich?
Oh no, I wasn't giving it to the Lich. It's the other people who are there. The Lich is not gonna be the leader.
There's like, and most of the drow probably will know how to handle poison and have antitoxins. We're going to fight amongst each other if we don't appoint someone who has no vested interest. I am not a thief.
Sir Lich, I have a question for you.
Of course.
Would you be willing to receive the information for the leader of said group and hold on to it if she was out until she got back? And allow the others to come and look at the information?
Don't trust the Lich. Never.
As I said, I like to keep. He looks at the goblins and the orcs. I'm sure that some fellows here do not like coming to my humble abode for certain reasons. He smiles.
At least until we can appoint someone to better suit the task.
The elf perks up and says, "How about we nominate the dragon at the table?"
Perfect idea. I second that. Nomination.
My poor baby, why'd she have to die?
I vote against it.
All those in favor for the dragon?
Everybody, including Ishtar, say aye. Except for the only person that says nay is Lily.
Unless someone else wants to say nay. Looks like the group is in accordance. Here is the charter for this meeting. I write everything down with invisible ink. Well, magic ink, you know. And then I hand it back to... I guess I have to hand it to the... Oh, because she's now our elected leader.
She's she's got a piece of bread like stuck in her mouth, and she's like soft, like trying to chew on it, and her head's down on the ground, and she's like kind of like munching on it, but it's not like not putting any effort. She's like sulking. And she looks at the paper and is like, "Oh, well, I guess." Wait, what were you going to say, Derek?
Listen, we all know who the new gods are, right?
Yes. Diana, Arwen,
Julian, Mick,
Natbel, Lanolin, yeah.
I will lean down to our newly elected leader and whisper in her ear that her child may be dead, but you know who it resides with, who's now watching over her.
I know, Matriarch the Strong is there with her, but my husband died during the war thousands of years ago, and she was the only thing I had left.
Oh, come now. You know you'll see it again when your time comes, though your kind does take a while.
Yes.
I do see a future of a child in your almost immediate future.
Yes!
If you'd willing.
I
if you're willing.
expected that. I expected.
I was wondering if somebody was going to feed off of that.
Yeah, I knew you would. This was why you came up with that character, wasn't it?
God dang, Aaron, I've been dropping hits all day.
I knew it right away.
He's just been waiting for the opportune time.
Alright, so he's like, "What do you mean?" The Lich kind of looks at you and smiles. That's just a smile just goes over his face. And then he like straightens his face out.
Oh, I can see it's like he's got a little bit of flesh on his face as he just stretches taunt into a smile and freaks the rest of the room out.
I make sure that he's noted as a member as well on the charter because He does bring indispensable magic to our group.
And he can dispose of bodies.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be more than happy to dispose of all bodies.
Any bodies you have, please take to the lich.
Yes.
And for magic, please ask the Lich. He's willing to give you whatever magic assistance you need.
I will say this, though. We may need to draw up. Some of these bodies may need to be permanently disposed of, not subject to new life.
Yes. You can't make all of them undead. I'm sure you have other uses for dead bodies, though.
If only to dream, he says, smiles. And he looks at Linley when he says that. To have an army of undead at my beck and call.
I am not part of your army.
The only thing I would be afraid of, dear friend, is the Red Queen if you did that.
Yes, that is the only thing that stays my hand.
Because the Red Queen, she's still immortal, isn't she?
No, she can die now.
Oh, she can now, finally?
Yeah, the tree's gone now.
I thought she was immortal for another reason, though.
Nope.
No.
Okay. I bet she's happy about that, actually.
Yeah, she can die just as much as
I still wouldn't
anybody.
want to pick her off.
Yeah. She is indeed a good fighter.
Alright, so I explained to her what the drink does, and I'm not going to hold anything back if she has any questions, because she's going to be taking on responsibility like that type thing.
She grabs the drink and like, my child, come back to me, and she drinks it.
Oh, God.
I look over at the Lich and I shake his hand. Our deal, I think, is solidified.
He nods and is like,
But I think I will need your assistance in the future. Let us keep working together.
of course. If ever you need your kitty cat, points at your cat, to be like my cat, just let me know.
I'm sure she's actually going to have a litter soon of some magical cats, if you're interested.
Oh, I would be interested. I guess this meeting is adjourned then?
Well, I look over at the dragon. Is our meeting adjourned? Leader?
Of course. We shouldn't meet again like this ever. This will be the last time that you will each report to me in different steads. And if I catch any of you stealing from me, I will cut your heads off and put it on a pike.
I like that sound.
If just Elbows was here right now.
The pike thing. I never understood
Elbows
that.
would love this Lich. Why?
The lich or the dragon right now?
Probably both.
Probably. I like
Yeah,
piking.
yeah. He would love them both. He would work with them. While Linny is just like, I want out of this. I want out of this.
This meeting is adjourned now. Leave me while I drink my fill.
Alright, we leave the table and I go over to the drow lady. Say, well, now that we're all have to attack these guilds in different areas, I assume you need some assistance. So I'm willing to put my effort into your group since I've dealt with your group in the past. The more familiar faces may be a better deal, or do you want me to work with someone else to maybe share that commodity between our groups here?
I think it's best that we keep the spy group separate. Not saying that I don't trust the rest of these people. It's just I don't trust the rest of these people.
Oh, God, I love her.
Oh, Razma, didn't you have someone to talk to over there?
I sigh and walk away.
Because I'm sure we're still drinking and eating just a little bit, while people are picking up and leaving.
Yeah.
I'll just go over her on what she wants us to do, while Razma goes talks it over with the other group, whoever he wants to talk to.
I'm just gonna randomly try to talk to somebody about outfitting my ship with smuggling holds. Okay, we might need it.
True.
I have a giant ship now.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to the Lich and see about setting up a time for us to sit down and have a long discussion.
Oh.
He says, if you want, you can come with me to my house.
Oh, of course. There is much for me to learn.
There's a goblin by the name of Sawtooth, and he says he's a master shipwright, and he knows a lot of sailors that he can fix your ship up and hire sailors for you. If you want to, Resme. But he says most of them are going to be goblin sailors.
It's fine by me. They just need to be able to follow orders, but I will kill them.
He's like, no problem. They like the steam more than they like, as long as you just gotta, they're sailors. You gotta treat them with the heavy hand.
Oh, I understand. The big thing is the holds. I need some hideaways on this thing, because the ship is armed to the teeth, but it needs other things, subtle things.
All right. Lindley, are you doing anything?
Probably. I'm probably just hanging around the town and just kind of hang out with Mike. Because he just wants to try and stay away from people right now, at least from anywhere that are actually corpses.
All right. The spy lady takes you, Aaron, somewhere where she can discuss more information about how to set up everything.
Okay.
So, Jack, Ishtar leaves. He puts on his disguise again. Takes you to his basically his crypt.
Mm-hmm.
You're in like an abandoned part of the city, further out. You do see a lot of undead cats there. You don't see any humans. Yeah. As soon as he gets into his house, he drops his guys and sits down in a chair, and he's like, "You excuse me, good Sahedin, but I have no food for you."
It's understandable. I brought my own anyways.
I have some. I do have some dried fruits and stuff to snack on.
Why, thank you.
What is it you wish to discuss?
Well, seeing as how I still serve the old god, you might say the old gods, I want to understand the other side of my god, the evil side. And seeing as how you are a lich, I figured it would be best to speak to you to try to understand.
Go on. What do you want to understand, my friend?
What makes people want to be evil? What you do is, the whole raising the dead thing as well. You are an undead creature, after all. Now.
Yes, I suppose. Well, everyone pays prices for things they've done. My loving daughter was one of the reasons I fell to the wayside. She had come down with a strange illness I could not cure, and the clerics would cease to help me because I was of a lower class birth. Didn't have the money. So I thought things maybe best undabbled. And unfortunately, being the fool I was, made deals with certain creatures who are evil-minded, per se, and they forced me to do things I particularly did not care for, but that was an excuse, really. Because after I was forced to do these things, I grew to like it. I don't know why this transgression happened. I don't think someone's born to be evil or good per se, in my mind. I believe that it is something that you grow accustomed to and fits you like a glove. Like finding a glove in a shop. You don't know which fits well until you try it on.
Interesting. I guess my plan, if I am to, I want to understand, so that I can try to either become a conduit for them to regain a foothold here, or him to regain a foothold here, is kind of my goal at this time frame. I want to bring the two halves of the staff together, so to speak, to find out the truth about my god.
The truth may be something you may never grasp. Something like that is hardly something you will find out in your lifetime. But you can always try.
I will try, or I will die trying.
Yes. I do apologize about your friend again. But I gave her an option to cure herself. She chose not to take it.
That is her choice. Now she must live with the consequences.
Yes. And rest assured, the taint that touches my body now has fallen to the wayside. Though I have the heart and the ability to kill those who go against me, I feel that my heart has grown to the light. So in some aspects, I may be like Helion, where he's some evil is inside of him. I do have good inside me. That I do have kindness towards my friend Elena. And she's a nice person. And I care for her very much. And if something was to happen to her, I would be very angry at whoever caused her harm.
I imagine I would be as well. She is a sister to me, after all.
Exactly. Is the point of where you take that anger. is what causes evil to stir its head.
Alright guys, we're going to hold this episode here, and again, if you guys are enjoying, leave a like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode. As for now, this is Strato Time! Lord Strato, signing out.